Hello and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and EU4, the Cossacks playing as Muscovy. So we did manage to gain a little bit of land in the last war, but ouch, that cost us a lot. I'm completely out of manpower. I am actually in the negative by almost 6,000. And I lost a lot of troops because of some stack wipes. Some mechanics were used against me that I wasn't expecting. And just overall, I was sloppy in how I played that. So we need to rest for a while. No more war. For at least a little bit. I'm okay with that. But we definitely need to let our manpower reserves recover for a bit. So, ouch. In the meantime, Sweden wants military access. Sure, go for it. They're going to try to take over some of Novgorod. There's not much I can do to stop them at this point. It does mean that eventually we're going to have problems with Sweden. But if they want to just take these two provinces, that's not as important as me taking these. So... And I don't want to lose the Western arms technology. So, all right, let's take a look at our options as far as some temples are concerned. Anything that really stands out? A point 16 is okay. For the marketplace, no. Nope, I think that these temples are going to be fine, so let's build one here and here. Between the two of those, that'll be worth an extra 0.32 ducats per month. And I have my diplomats working to improve relations with my vassals for at least a little bit. My vassals are a massive disappointment to me. They have done virtually nothing useful. Let's go ahead and reduce our army maintenance at least a little bit. Since we can't make use of it, we'll reduce it, and we'll let our income rise while we wait for our manpower pools to recover. Currently gain 290 each month, and we have a lot to go. Ouch! Improve the capital. The glory of our capital has long been neglected. We now have an opportunity to improve the city and make it a beacon of cultural pride. What? No, I'm not going to lose 15,000 manpower. I cannot afford that. We can, however, afford to pay money to gain some base tax, so we'll do that. Yeah, no. At a time when we're lacking manpower rather drastically, I do not think losing another 15,000 is going to be an option. We also have separatism issues, it turns out. That's not good. Let's take a look at those, actually. Let's see what we got here. Tiver, of course, because, you know, always Tiver. Tula is another thing there. Kasimov, probably a problem. Glazmov, these are Permian separatists. Why? Can we take a look at an unrest map mode, please? Thank you. Click on that. Here. It says Glazmov or something like that. No, it is Glazov. Okay. Why is it so bad here? Separatism, intolerance is a bad thing. Non-accepted culture. Huh. I'm going to raise autonomy here and try to reduce that for as long as we can. We may have to just increase autonomy at this point because I really cannot afford to deal with a lot of these rebels. So both of these are it's bad to lose this, but I cannot afford to deal with them. I don't have the manpower to deal with rebels right now. And we are actually in a very dangerous spot as a result. Yeah, this is bad. This is actually really bad. In fact, I'm considering maybe we should up our stability a little bit to try and combat some of that. 111 power kind of sucks, but we're going to do it. Let's bump it up to stability level 1. That does actually reduce some of the negative events that could come through our country. But yeah, alright. So the Ryazanian separatists are not going to be an issue. That's good. Karelian separatists, of course, are back, because why not? Good grief, I hate Karelia so much. I'm looking forward to culture converting every single one of you. Alright. Well, let's sit back, and we're going to keep an eye on this stuff. If I have to use military power to keep some of them down, I guess I will, but I have to keep my manpower reserves going up. This is really bad. Our truce with Ryazan just ended. Well, that's great. Doesn't do much good right now, especially since they are a vassal. New monarch in Pskov. That's fine. Pskov's a republic. Oh, that would explain why they get new monarchs, just like Novgorod does. An oligarchic republic. What's Yaroslav? You're a principality. We're going to annex Yaroslav pretty much as soon as I have the ability to do so, since we obviously aren't going to go to war anytime soon. Let's go ahead and pick up a new advisor. Diplomatic reputation will be expensive, so I don't think we can afford that right now. I mean, we are making a fairly good chunk of money, but we're going to take our spy offense instead. It's cheaper. It's what we can afford. Do we want the next level of military technology? Sure, why not? We'll take it early. There's really no advantage to being ahead of time when it comes to military tech, though, to be honest. Which is interesting. We do, however, get some superior unit types, so we'll pick up Eastern Militia over there. Do we like Eastern Knights better? Kinda. I'm going to take that, actually. That seems fine. Yeah, we're down to 17 force limit. We were up to about 39 previously, so we lost a lot in that war. Ouch! That is painful. That is very painful. Frankly, Novgorod could beat us in a fight right now. Which tells you something. It tells you something, and it's not a good something. Ugh! I feel bad. I do feel bad about how that war played out. That was almost unforgivable. Almost. Alright, well, our manpower is slowly starting to recover, in part because we're not at full reinforcement, so we actually are able to build up some manpower rather than just increase the numbers that we already have. It's going to cost us a lot of money to do this kind of reinforcement as well. So, Karelian Separatists. Pretty low, all things considered. These guys might actually just tick down. I may not have to worry about them, honestly. Within about a year or two, these guys should go away entirely, so that's fine. Sweden, of course, is just going around marching. Fortunately, actually, the fact that Sweden declared war on Novgorod is fortuitous, because it means Novgorod's not going to do a thing to me. Not that they should be able to. We do have a peace treaty, but still. I'm okay with Sweden stomping on them a little bit. We have a missionary not doing a thing because we have no non-Orthodox territory cord. Royal marriage offer from Yaroslav. We'll lose some legitimacy. 2, though, not much. We'll pick it up, in part because that increases our relations with them enough that we should be able to annex them a little bit sooner. Unless our diplomatic reputation is in the trash. Which it kinda is. It's pretty low, not gonna lie. Pretty bad. Annex subjects, it does say, yes. 1473 is when it's gonna expire. That kinda sucks. It's gonna be several years before our diplomatic reputation comes back and recovers. Nonetheless, though, I think we'll be okay. So, we don't need to improve relations with Pskov anymore. It looks to me like Lithuania is still in their war for independence. So that's interesting. Let's improve relations with them just a bit. They're hostile to me right now, which I'm not thrilled about. So let's just improve relations before they break free, if they manage to break free, and let's see if we can avoid any conflict on that end. Looks like the Golden Horde is actually about to beat the crap out of Crimea. Which is okay, because Crimea will lose a lot of its vassalage if their prestige and such gets too low. Potentially. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm surprised that the Permian separatists are this bad. They're pretty bad. I am shocked, honestly. The overextension doesn't help, of course, but it turns out that we're pretty darn intolerant, and that's not good for us. Claim the steppes. Not a good time, buddy. Create a proper fleet. To 75% of our force limit. Which is currently 14. So, yeah, we'd have to build, like, a lot of ships. We have to build, like, 11. 10 or 11. Which would cost about 200 ducats. What do we gain if we do that? Naval maintenance modifier, shipbuilding time, and we gain a bunch of ships in a trade node that doesn't actually give us much. None of these are good. I'm going to avoid using a mission for a little bit, because none of them will do us much good at all. We can afford to get one more building, one more temple maybe. Looking again, making sure there's nothing I'm missing as far as some trade power, nothing I care about. Alright. Is the best we can do 0.13 per month. It's kind of abysmal, actually. Disappointing. Or we could just hold on to the money and gradually start to rebuild our army, because it got crushed. It got squooshed. Smooshy smoosh. Kazani, Penza, Karelian is decaying away. Good. Golden Horde, Tambov. The good news is that Tambov and Pesna are actually technically two separate sets of rebellions, so they're not actually stacking on top of each other. That would be a lot harder for me, actually, now that I think about it. We probably have like a 12% chance to increase. We need to get our power projection up a little bit. Looks like we have to insult somebody. Denmark, you're it. Send insult. Get us back over 50 power projection. Get us those monarch points for as long as we can afford it. Because there's not much more we're going to be able to do for a little bit. Alright, Yaroslav is officially at a position where we could annex them. It will cost me 152 diplomatic power. So let's start doing that. Annexation here. It uses 3 diplomatic power each month, even though we do have pretty bad diplomatic reputation right now. So in 4 years, 1 province will be annexed. It's not great, but it's pretty much the best we can do with our current circumstance. So yeah, it's depressing, isn't it? It's depressing. I do feel really bad about how that war went. That was not good. That was not good at all. I got too big for my britches. I allowed myself to lose a lot of manpower. Sweden, it appears... Wow! What did Sweden do? Did they inherit all of Norway? There's no way they just conquered it all. But they did take this. Sweden just became very strong. Let's improve relations with you a little bit. I'm glad to have a strong ally. Let's keep it that way, please. Please, please, please. Oh, come on. Production research flawed. I'm going to lose the prestige. I'd rather not lose more power. That sucks, though. Prestige is otherwise a good thing. Yeah. We're just in a weak position right now. We are in a very weak position. Well, let's hope that we can maintain some of our relationships with, say, Nogai, for instance. I mean, Lithuania is currently friendly with me. Nogai accepted peace, white peace, amazingly. Why? You couldn't take a thing? Really? Sucks for you. Claim the steppes. Woof. Wow, gain 2 base tax production and manpower in Sarai if we were able to finish that. Where's Sarai? That's Sarai. If we could kill the Golden Horde, we would have a really good province, plus 6 developments there. I mean, that's pretty good. Nuts, but pretty good nonetheless. And we would gain some tolerance, which is good for unrest, but not good for Sunni territory that we would be conquering. Golden Horde accepted peace with Crimea. Again, a white peace. I don't know what's going on with the fascination of white pieces lately. Apparently they're all the rage, but that's what's going on. Any more temples? Sure. More temples, more income. More temples, more income. We'll build one there, and we'll build one there, and we'll also build one there. There we go. Let's get our money production going up. This is the buckle down and don't screw up stage of the game. Our core creation is actually going to be finished pretty soon. So, oh, there goes our conquest Casus Belli, because it looks like a claim expired. Easily fixed, not worried about it. Ryazan actually was just given this territory by the Golden Horde, I believe, which is interesting. So that's actually why we lost our conquest against the Golden Horde. We now have just pure conquest against Kazan. Kazan, of course, being allied with Circassia and still a vassal under the Golden Horde. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, there we go. There goes the overextension, so that's good. We're down to 4.3 there. Perm is definitely going to be a problem for me, though. I need to actually train up some extra units, and I can get this down. I can get rid of this, but I need more military units first, so let's get a couple of those. Actually, how are we looking as far as our military balance? 12 and 5. We're a little bit infantry light more than anything else, so let's get what we can there. Start marching our troops off this direction. And if we can... Because they're under 5 unrest, if I have 20 troops, or actually less than 20 troops, parked on Glazov, I should be able to get rid of their unrest entirely. So I should be able to avoid this rebellion without too much trouble. It's just going to cost me a little bit of time, a little bit of manpower, a little bit of money. Money's not an issue. Time's not an issue. Manpower, that's an issue. But we'll be okay. Still looking at our missions. I probably should just cycle through it at this point. Build a proper fleet, cancel. Let's just see if we can prompt a new mission to pop up. Lithuania. We have gotten them to like us as much as we're going to be allowed to. So, okay. Let's wait till these guys get up a little bit more in morale, because currently they can't march around. There we go. Doop. Doop. Sweden likes us about as much as they are going to, so that's going to be a thing. Our only neighbors are Ryazan, Kazan, the Golden Horde, Lithuania, and Novgorod. And I guess a little bit of the Livonian Order. Not that I can do any wars at this point. I really should just make people like us as much as possible. That would be the smarter thing to do at this point, yes? Probably. I just need to avoid wars right now. I need to avoid the wars as much as I can. It looks to me like Poland is definitely going to lose Lithuania, which is interesting and potentially really dangerous for me. We're going to make Lithuania like us as much as possible. We could, in fact, ally them, which would be interesting. Allying Lithuania. That would definitely protect... Okay, so here's why I'm wondering if that's a good idea. So if we made Lithuania like us and ally us before they break free officially and reset like what they want and consider to be critical territory, they may not be as hostile against us, and having my northwestern front and my southwestern front covered by allies would be really advantageous, so I can focus exclusively on Novgorod and the Steppes nomads. I'm going to offer an alliance with Lithuania. Didn't expect that to happen, but there it is, and it looks to me like they are most certainly going to win their war. In fact, they're even allied with the Ottomans, which is interesting. And there it is, because they got that extra ally, Poland decided, okay, we lose. Independence for Lithuania. They will cede 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces to Lithuania. Moldavia will cede to the Ottomans. More Interesting. So, Lithuania, you are a strong boy. You are a big boy, aren't you? Yes, you are. Have fun with that. Poland is actually getting smashed horribly right now. And of course, Poland is now rival to Lithuania. But it looks like we chose the winner for our friend. We can actually afford to pick up our first idea for the religious group. So, now we have a permanent casus belli against neighboring heathens and heretics. Which means all of them. So we're now able to get a casus belli against all Catholics, and perhaps more importantly against like Nogai and the Golden Horde. So for instance, let's take a look at this. What do you mean I don't have a casus belli? Let's wait until the month refreshes that. There we go. Thank you. There's it is. Holy War casus belli against the Golden Horde and Kazan right now, and cleansing the heresy against Sweden and Lithuania. My allies. I have no intention of doing that. For obvious reasons, declare the war is a show superiority war, which means we need to win a lot of battles, but we get less aggressive expansion for all provinces that are conquered, we gain a lot more prestige, and they cost the same. Basically, it's just less aggressive expansion, more prestige. Of course, it does change the winning type, too. Again, superiority, you just need to win a lot of battles in order to gain your ticking war score. But yeah, Golden Horde has rivaled them. That actually works for me. I'm rival with the Golden Horde, so that should secure things with Lithuania just a little bit more. Let's raise our army maintenance and let this Permian separatism tick down completely, so we can reposition to try and deal with the Golden Horde and Kazani separatists. Crimea has cancelled military access. I'm okay with that. Hungary has rivaled Lithuania. Interesting. Very interesting. Yep, that's ticking down. Okay. So we should be able to manage all of our rebels at this point. I'm not really that worried about it. Anyone else we want to make like us? We're not going to make Hungary like us. Let's go ahead and improve relations with Austria a little bit. And we should probably improve relations with the Emperor. Hesse has grown tremendously. I'm impressed. Yeah, let's just improve with the Emperor for a little bit. I'm improving with Austria because I expect them to become the Emperor at some point. But yeah, I mean, since I have nothing better to do with my diplomats, it's just better not to get on some people's bad sides, I would say, at this point. So yeah, as soon as the Permian separatists have ticked down, we'll go and deal with the Golden Horde. As long as they are below 5 unrest, we can deal with them each individually with this 20 stack. Speaking of which, actually, we now have supply issues. Which is unfortunate, but... Whoops, I thought I was paused. I'm not. We are losing more manpower for stupid reasons. Let's take these 3, get them out of here, send them to... Tambov. We'll send them down this direction. There we go. Alright, my timer's going off, which tells me that we're getting pretty much close to done, but I just want to reposition things a teeny weeny bit. Permian separatism is now gone. Let's send the rest of the stack down to Penza. The supply limit there is 19, which is fine, and here it is also 19, so that is fine. Okay. I think we're going to be just fine, all things considered. It's obviously not ideal, but we at least have managed to recover from our deficit of manpower. We are now building manpower again. We're fully reinforced. Now we need to rebuild our completely shattered army. And it looks... Okay, yeah, we'll let our manpower recover. It's probably not going to get there before I declare war, but you never know. We will try, but in the meantime, that will have to be good enough for now, I think. So thank you guys for watching. This has been Pravus with EU4, the Cossacks. If you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I, as always, will see you guys next time.